Hi guys, it's Mix here. It's a little early in the morning right now. I'm a bit croaky, but I really wanted to make this video because I've got a busy day ahead. And I wanted to talk to you guys very briefly about the state of the channel. It's been like about a month of doing it properly, 2 months of doing it properly, say, and no, actually just over a month of doing it properly, and like 3 months since we launched the channel. I wanted to like just talk to you about how things are going and that kind of stuff. In some ways, it's been a big success. In other ways, probably not quite what I wanted to happen with it, but I'm going to talk to you guys anyway about what's going on with the channel and try and get some feedback from you about how we shape this as a community. I think it's really important to try and draw more from you guys, and I think that's what strength we have. So let me talk to you guys. So we've had a good start. Like, when I first started uploading videos to the channel, they actually started doing better than the videos on the old channel. That has changed. Like, things have kind of, like, slacked down quite a bit. Like, I was hoping we'd get, like, maybe 50,000 subscribers, 20,000 views, and instead we have nearly 80,000 subscribers, but our views are very stagnant. Around the 10 to 15,000 mark at the moment is, like, where things are. And that's okay. It's a kind of a symptom of gaming channels in general, for the most part. There are exceptions, but, you know, for the most part, gaming channels have a lot more subs than they do people who watch the videos regularly, because people like a whole lot of different types of games. You know, you have to look at even the biggest channels have a huge discrepancy between number of subs and views. It's kind of like a gaming channel thing. So that's something that's perhaps not what I hoped, but perhaps I was being unrealistic on, if that makes sense. But in terms of what people who do watch the videos here regularly, there's, like I say, 10 to 15,000 of you who seem to watch every video, and we have a really, really wonderful community happening. And that's what this change has really brought about more than anything else at the moment. Is I feel that we've got a really good community of people who want to chat, want to hang out more, want to interact with each other. We've had a lot more subscribers on Twitch as a result of all this as well, and we've really had a great community coming together, if that makes sense, around YouTube and Twitch. And I think replying to your comments and interacting with you guys more has definitely helped with that. I get to see regular people posting in the comment sections, and I'm like, oh wow, I know this person, you know what I mean? I'm responding to them again, like I recognize them, and it's nice to have that level of interaction. I felt that was very missing on the RPG Minx, and we're kind of like bringing that back, and it's pretty nice actually. Like I like having a more niche viewer base of people who tuning in regularly and interacting and commenting and talking. And oh my god, guys, the likes, you guys have been amazing on that. Like, even if a video doesn't do well, it usually hits its like goal, and that's fucking phenomenal. It really is fucking phenomenal. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I really can't thank you guys enough. I want to make sure I try and keep everyone happy, and that's a hard thing to do because I realize people are here for different reasons. Obviously, some of you have resubscribed here for multiplayer type stuff, and that's going to keep coming. The Forest will obviously become something else once we beat it, and I'm hoping to launch Don't Starve Together pretty soon, within the next week or so, but we'll see about that. It's a really stressful time in real life for me at the moment. I don't really want to go into it, but we've got lots of shit going on, and it's quite a difficult time personally. Me and Chris are fine, but it's just shit we have to deal with, you know what I mean? And it's hopefully I will bring Don't Starve Together back pretty soon. That's the plan. Hoping to do more golf and Uno and things like that on the regular as well. That's something that I want to have showing up on the channel at least once a week. I don't want to like flood the channel with it like I used to, but I want to have at least 1 or 2 multiplayer videos a week for you guys to watch, which I hope those of you who enjoy multiplayer will enjoy that. And there'll be more Messi and Doxy and maybe Bryce and people like that as well doing stuff, so you know, you can expect some variety of multiplayer content. Me and Chrism want to start putting out videos as well more regularly. Like, I like doing the horror videos with Chrism in particular, and the wife versus wife. The wife versus wife will try and be a weekly thing every single week. That's the goal. We will try and do this as a weekly thing and not stop doing it as a weekly thing until we finish the current season, and maybe have like a bit of a break between seasons, as it were. But wife versus wife will continue. And I want to keep doing like the one-shot horror videos of Christmas. I really enjoy making those. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but they actually do pretty well, and I feel they're a good source of like community memes, like Big Bum Bim and stuff like that, and I want to keep those going too. So those are the things I think that do relatively well on the channel. Then we move on to the solo playthroughs. That's me doing a full-length game, which is not really done on YouTube anymore. Like, doing a full-length game on YouTube is quite a rare occurrence. There's lots of mitigating factors to that. Number one is, obviously, as you do a full-length playthrough, people tune out. Like, they'll watch the first episode, and then the second episode will do less views, the third episode will do less views, and etc., etc. That's the way it works. That's the way full playthroughs work on YouTube. So they always have, but it's even more, I would say, of an issue these days, where people will watch one part and get a taste of the game, perhaps, or decide they don't like the game, which is fair enough, and then move on, you know. I want to do full-length playthroughs, but it's very, very hard from a time to money, especially now on a much smaller channel standpoint. I do this as a job, and while the channel is starting to make, you know, a reasonable amount of money again, like I'm not anywhere near as okay as I was financially, but I'm starting to make some money, and things are starting to pick up a little, which has been great. Don't get me wrong. It takes a lot of time to make an episode, and if it's only going to get 5,000 views, which I suspect is going to be the case for We Happy Few when I upload the third part, because that's the views for that are dying on its ass pretty rapidly. Then it's very hard to justify the amount of time spent on an episode, for example. So that is a difficult thing to do. So I do want to keep doing the solo playthroughs. What I would ask is those of you who enjoy that content, be as supportive as you can and patient. I'm not talking about like tipping and things like that. I'm just talking about like, if you guys enjoy the single player content, please like it, please share it, please interact with the comment section, because you guys have been amazing for that, don't get me wrong. And if I do an episode of that maybe every 3 days of a single player playthrough, it'll take us longer to get through it compared to like some channels, but it rewards you hardcore fans for watching, and it means, you know, every 3 days or so there'll be an extra video on top of the usual videos that is part of that full-length playthrough. I think that's probably the best approach, because I don't want to try and leave people like hanging. If there's a series that does under 5,000 views, I probably can't justify the time spent on it at all, if I'm honest with you, just because I feel it would be hurting the channel too much in terms of YouTube's algorithm and things like that. I really, really do. So that's like the line I want to draw, is like that 5,000. Like, if it starts dipping below that, the series will end. So I'm hoping We Happy Few continues to do above 5,000 at least for its duration, and then we can move on from that and see what the best games to do going forward are. Maybe it's going to be better to do more retro type stuff like Alice was. Alice did pretty well. I was really happy with how Alice performed generally. Actually, nearly every episode of that, bar like 2, did over 10,000 views, which is really fucking great. And the first few episodes did amazing. So, like, you know, I was really, really happy with how Alice went. So maybe it's better to go back and do more retro games rather than trying to stay up to date with the more recent releases and competing with everyone. I don't know. But I definitely think that it's important to maybe focus on games with more of a cult following, like Alice, like Danganronpa, and like things like that, where people will tune in and hopefully enjoy seeing something they know, but something they want to see my take on. I think that could be the strength here. I've been thinking about doing more like fucked up stuff as well, like generally speaking. Like, I like dark games, and there's plenty of little indie niche games, and occasionally mainstream games that have some very dark content that could be something worth covering as well. You know what I mean? So those are the thoughts I have on single player playthroughs at the moment, and I really liked your thoughts on that in the comment section too. So anyway, I guess my general thoughts on the channel as a summary is, I kind of hoped it would have done better than it has in terms of views, but the community we have ended up getting has been really, really wonderful, and I need to accept that I'm nowhere near as big a YouTuber as I used to be, and I really do appreciate, I want you guys to know, I really do appreciate those of you who stuck around, and those of you who watch the content regularly. I hope we can build a really, really nice community and continue to grow at least somewhat, and hopefully there'll be more and more content that you guys like here and you guys want to see more of, and all I can ask is for you guys to share and like, and if you can, comment, because that sort of stuff really helps. I'm going to endeavor to try and keep commenting as much as possible and replying to as many comments as possible. It does get a bit overwhelming at times. Like, when I release 2 videos in a day, for example, there would sometimes be like 2,000 comments to reply to, which ended up taking like 3 or 4 hours of my time, but I'm going to endeavor to reply to comments as much as possible and interact with you guys as much as possible on those comments. and I really, really would like you guys to keep doing so. I'll do my best to reply and foster a really good environment for everyone to keep commenting and interacting and enjoying themselves. I really do appreciate all you guys have done so far on that front. It makes me really happy. What else did I want to talk about? I don't want to go on for too long. I've already been talking for fucking 10 minutes of this shit. Talked for fucking 10 fucking minutes of this shit already. But I think that's most of the stuff I wanted to say. Just again, thank you. Those of you who do support on GameWisp, that is currently our main income. Like in terms of like YouTube content, GameWisp pays for YouTube right now. Like it really does. It allows me to have art on the channel. It allows me to like do that kind of thing. I mean, I must admit I'm gonna have to cut back on art because things are pretty tight at the moment. But it allows me to make this channel what it is. So I want to thank everyone who does support that. I know not everyone can. I'm not asking everyone to. The shares and likes help out a lot. If that's all you can do, that's fucking fantastic, and I really do thank you enough. But those of you who do support on GameWisp and go that extra bit more, they do have some spare cash, we really do appreciate it. Like, that money is, like, keeping our lights on right now, and I really, really do appreciate the love and support there. You've allowed me to keep doing this because of the support on GameWisp, so thank you. There's a link below if you do want to check out GameWisp, by the way. It's pretty fucking awesome. So thank you very much. You can also make one-off tips via the Streamlabs link. I probably should. I don't want to. I know I've been plugging stuff more in videos, and I know I've been like fucking mentioning the Twitch schedule and things like that. But YouTube is so bad at delivering information to people now. It's so important to have that sort of stuff in a video, and I can tell you now that doing that has increased like our Twitch audience. It's increased like people signing up for GameWisp. It's increased people following me on Twitter and Instagram. It's increased everything. So it is really important, like, keep doing those plugs, and I hope you guys can understand that in the current YouTube environment, that kind of stuff really does help a channel able to keep growing and able to, keep an audience. So it's just really important. I know it's not for everyone, and I do apologize if you feel it's been overboard, but I'm just trying to do what I need to do to, like, keep food on the table, essentially, you know what I mean? So that's what I need to do. Anyway, thank you for listening. That's enough me talking shit for 12 minutes and 30 seconds it's going to be. So you have a great day, guys. Please let me know your thoughts on what I just said in the video. I really, 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 really want your feedback here. And thank you for being Nom and fantastic. And I'll probably do another one of these towards the end of the year. Thanks for being fantastic. See you guys later. Bye.